In this video, we will learn about the story of the residents in Portlock. The village was established by a British captain in 1787. But during the first years of the village, no cases of murder or disappearance were recorded. The majority of the region's residents came here seasonally during the salmon fishing period. There was a small fish canning factory, which prompted many workers to settle there instead of constantly moving. The first strange events began in 1905, when the villagers were harassed by a large creature that caused a disturbance their camps at night. Despite this, work continued the following season, and the cannery workers returned, but the problem remained the same. Nothing had changed. A group of gold miners who had settled in the village and hunters headed to the mountains to do their work. However, they never came back. During the first years, accidents were not common, and nothing was proven about them until the year 1931, when a local woodcutter was found murdered in the forest. The strange thing was that the reason was a single blow that a human could not do. This incident brought to the fore the possibility of the existence of a mythical creature in the United States, which is Bigfoot, although most of the legends about this huge creature confirm that it loves isolation and does not attack humans, despite its enormous size. This monster draws stories about aggression and danger, but it is mostly known through the traces it leaves behind, such as the tattered hair on the leaves and his large footprints. The murdered man was the first sign of an unknown threat in the forest surrounding the village. Found during a search, a group of hunters come across giant footprints of a large animal. The area around the footprints was torn apart with destruction tree branches, and blood was found at the scene. The footprints found were more than 46 centimeters long when they were reported, while they were also found once. Others were in places around the village, while one of the village residents happened to see a huge, hairy man smashing fish wheel, used in preparing salmon, while he described it as resembling the devil. The fish wheels were near the shore, far from the witness's hut. The resident ran to get his gun, and when he returned, he saw the monster stared at him. Then the monster suddenly moved away without harming him. Sightings became common, and anxiety began to grip the village. These were not people who were easily frightened by wildlife. Moreover, they are well aware of the local predators in the area, so this creature cannot be an animal. Otherwise, they would have identified it as such. According to them, it was something else. Not long after, corpses began to appear around the village as the river threw up many bodies, most of whom were killed. Hunters and miners, who appear to have been surprised and then killed in the hills and forests above the village of Portlock. As locals began to recover bodies, speculation began about the killer monster in the jungle highlands. Fear takes root. Many lives were lost and people began to leave the village. The cannery deployed armed guards in an attempt to keep it open, but it was of no use. The postman in this village is the last person to go out in 1951. It was later declared an abandoned village. There are many hypotheses about the organism that killed so many people at Portlock during the beginning of the century. In the 20th century, there are many bears and wolves in the forests of Alaska that inhabit the dense forests. But most of them do not attack humans. There are also no known aggressive cases similar to the mysterious creature that eyewitnesses saw in the area. The events at Portlock have never been explained over the years. Something was killing the residents and leaving their torn corpses on land for the villagers to find, which is unknown to the animals that inhabit the area. In addition to the fact that most of them prefer going out at night opposite the mysterious creature. Despite the development of science, and all scientists and explorers trying to find out the cause of the crimes witnessed in the village, no one could access to any evidence of the existence of the legendary Bigfoot or anything else that explains these events. Successively, Portlock Village remains one of the abandoned and mysterious places in the world to this day.